Yeah, so here we are. We got that ash tree all done today. Just wanted to touch on a few things. You know, that tree was 100% healthy and vigorous a year and a half ago. I looked at it in June and it was, you know, starting to show little signs of dieback, but by last fall, it was 75% blonded, and just between that time and now, it was pushing the boundaries of how successfully we could safely do what we just did. Just goes to show how fast these trees decline and how incredibly unsafe they can be if you wait too long to deal with them. So super stoked that everything came down nicely today and everyone gets to go home to their families and the client doesn't have a destroyed lawn and has to worry about a big tree falling on their barn. A lot of the upper leaders on 3 of the 4 were just mushy, spongy, you know, to the point where the climber didn't feel comfortable setting his tie-in point higher, and our main rigging pulley would have optimally been set about 15 or 20 feet higher in the tree, but you know, based on what we saw when we got up in the tree, it just wasn't feasible. It would have put everything at risk if we had tried to utilize sections of the tree that, you know, no longer had proper structural integrity to make sure that what we were doing was going to be feasible and work and be safe. So the tree ended up taking us about almost 3 hours longer than it should have, you know, but that's what happens sometimes in, you know, these situations. You get up, you assess the tree, and you realize, you know, taking the safety of everyone into consideration, you know, it took a little longer, but we got it done and had some pretty intricate rigging set up, and it's just, you know, I just can't stress enough how important it is to get on these ash trees before they get really difficult, because the alternative would have meant bringing in the 100-foot spider lift and then doing that in the summer, destroying the lawn, setting up multiple times. I mean, it would have taken, you know, a little bit longer, or we just bring a crane in and then you have that expense to deal with. So just a little PSA that, you know, doing them sooner than later is often better. So we're at a point now where EAB has been present in both of 2 of the major towns that are within our work radius for about 3 years now, going on 4. In my experience, what I've seen is a pretty linear population growth of the emerald ash borer. You know, 3 years ago we might have taken 2 down. 2 years ago was 10. Last year might have been, you know, 40. We've already taken over 200 down in 2026, and you know, going on year 4. And with ash being, you know, roughly 8% of our forest type around here, it's pretty much all we're going to be doing here in the next couple of years. And honestly, with the rate of decline of the structural integrity of the tree post-death, you know, by year 2, definitely by year 3, these things are just not safe to climb. So it's going to be an interesting couple of years. There's a lot of them around, and they're just going to get worse and worse and worse, as you can see from, you know, the Michigan area all the way as it's moved across. It's just been detrimental.